think we're excited for the opportunity to play against such good opposition. I mean, any team in the Big Ten, when you go up against them, you know it's going to be hard fought. Penn State and Ohio State specifically is something that we always get really up for, really excited. Me personally, being from Ohio State, I know a lot of the girls, so it's kind of personal for me.
As a third-year starter in goal, you've gotten a chance to start games at both of those venues before in your career. Does that help you?
Yeah, definitely. Being comfortable with your surroundings when it's on the road, that's definitely an advantage, having that experience and that exposure. The experience just more helps with the nerves and game management and being able to make critical decisions that you're not really forced to make in practice.
Went the distance again against Wisconsin on Sunday, and now it's kind of a short week with the game on Thursday against Penn State. Does that change how you prepare for the next game?
I mean, it's kind of a quick turnaround, I guess, but especially since we're playing two extremely good teams coming up, and so we want redemption. I think it's the biggest thing. We definitely have more incentive to win these games. I want to prove to both these teams, and I want us as a team to prove that, like you should be aware of us, because we're a competitive team, and watch out.
You and Kim Love and the other people on the back line that usually go the distance, do your recovery tactics the next game, are they different than some of your teammates?
I wouldn't say they're like that different. I think each of us individually, though, do have to prepare ourselves a little differently. I mean, I know Rob always tells us to watch our movies, and so we kind of have these little clips of ourselves in our mind trying to prepare mentally for these next games.
Molly mentioned strategical change you guys used in the second half against Wisconsin, more midfield attacking. Did that affect your role at all as a D-mid?
It made it definitely way more difficult because they had that girl attacking mid, Rose, who was just, I mean, one of the best players I've ever played against, and so it just made it harder to defend her. But I think it definitely helps us as a team, though. I mean, like, I'm willing to try to work harder to cover up the defensive side. Since we had more attacking chances.
This sets up as arguably one of the toughest road trips of the season with two very good sides in Penn State and Ohio State.
Without a doubt, we've got, it's always a difficult place to play at Happy Valley, and certainly, we've got a long storied history with Ohio State. We've gotten some results there. So, for us, I think it's Thursday really a game that there's nothing to lose in the regards from a standpoint of our kids, like we told the players last year when we played Penn State at the end of the season. It's really an opportunity. Just there's only beneficial things that can happen to us for playing in this match, and an opportunity to test ourselves against one of the best teams in the country. Certainly, I think they've come back, and I think there are chinks in their armor. Certainly, it was signified by Northwestern being 2-0 up on them, but at the same time, they've got the wherewithal and everything that they can come back and score goals quickly and in bunches, and that allowed them to get that win. But overall for us, as we've discussed throughout the year, I think the focus is really just on us, and we're trying to perfect and what we're doing, trying to go forward and minimize the chances that we give up, in the back end. Coming off of Sunday's game, going back and watching the film, certainly I think, as a side, we've got to score more than just a single goal on the opportunities that we created. And, if we do those, maybe it's a different result.
You said you're from the Columbus area, Upper Arlington, your hometown. It just worked out perfect that your final 2 years here as an upperclassman. Purdue plays at Ohio State both years, so a chance to go back last year. I know the family hosted, the team. So I'm guessing this is one of the games you really highlight.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm a huge homebody, really close with my family, love where I'm from. So being able, in the middle of a hectic season, coming off of a hard preseason and non-conference play, being able to have 2 full days back in my hometown, I'm really looking forward to that rejuvenation factor.
We've seen Columbus get a lot of national pub recently for kind of being the home of American soccer with the men's national team beating Mexico there. How much have you seen the soccer area grow?
It's grown a lot from the club level, the youth, and up into the professional league, the Columbus Crew. It's just become more of a focus in our community. A lot more people are looking to go there for entertainment. It's just starting to turn a lot more heads, and having the U.S. have such a good performance there, I think it's going to build our credibility a little bit more.
Just how is it coming from a place from around Columbus area, just the prominence of soccer in that region?
I remember when I started, when I grew up there and I was starting to play soccer, there weren't as many people who were excited about it. I knew probably not that many people from my school even wanted to play it, not even at recess, so I had to always get a bunch of people to, you know, come play with me. But nowadays, I mean, I've definitely seen more people like come out. It helps having us who like play at like Purdue Big Ten schools and have, you know, having like, you know, the U.S. men's national team come to like Columbus and everything, because I think it brings more awareness. And so people have been getting more excited about it. I've had people come up to me like, wow, like, you're from this area, like, my daughter wants to play here and everything, like, how do you do it? And so I think it's kind of inspiring, I think, on both ends. And so I'm really starting to see it grow, more people starting to play and just practice on their own, just play for fun.
Have you sensed a general sort of pride among the people that you know from the Columbus area that are soccer fans with the way the men have kind of used that as their home base as of late?
Definitely. I know everyone around there, I mean, if they weren't at the game, they were probably watching it from a TV. I mean, I know I definitely was. And it was exciting. I had all my friends were posting pictures where they were from like in the stands on Facebook, so it was definitely exciting to see that and see the men pull out another 2-0 victory.
I think the area that I specifically was in and my the things that I was exposed to, soccer always kind of seemed on the forefront. So I think it's just become more sophisticated. I think it's always been there, especially in Columbus. It's kind of a soccer mecca, but it's definitely become more sophisticated. People are starting to focus a lot more on development, especially at the younger ages, and I think that's where the biggest change comes. Not necessarily exposure, but the sophistication of the game.
It has to be nice when you get a chance to have some players go back to the area they're from. Obviously, Melissa Casella and Clara Kridler are big parts of the team, and you know, that hometown support when they get to go back.
Certainly, you know, it's well, they'll be happy. They'll have you know, hometown fans, friends and family that'll come out and watch them play. But you know, both of those kids, you know, actually you see most of the family oftentimes when we're playing places. They've got family that are there. But certainly we've got a large contingent from Ohio. You know, it's one of our kids' favorite games is Indiana and Ohio versus the world, and the small-sided games that we play in practice. So we've got a large contingent from Ohio, and so for those kids, you know, they'll be back home, and you know, we get to spend some time there. It's going to be a long road trip, you know, Thursday through Sunday. So we'll try to make sure that they get some hometown favorites in regards to food, and we'll go surprise them maybe with some activity or something on a Friday afternoon. Having spent 6 years in Ohio prior to coming to Purdue, I was certainly aware of the large number of clubs on both the girls and the boys' sides, the importance that's placed on high school soccer there, where all boys and girls, they play high school soccer. It's a passionate soccer community, even for a place maybe that doesn't have the largest population per se, but they're passionate about their soccer, and certainly, you know, we've used that that breeding ground to you know, to good benefit for us, you know, throughout our time, and we've got some of our best players over the course of, you know, my 16 years here have come out of Ohio, so we feel very blessed to you know, be able to use that. And at the same time, you know, I know for like our men's national team, when you know, we play Mexico, they're going to Columbus, and in part because of that supportive soccer community.